What is going on, everybody? Voidlego here, back for a brand new episode of Umineko When They Cry. Last time on, the party was very much underway as nearly every single character that we've met throughout the entire story came together to have one last hurrah before the cat box finally closes in on them and everything returns to, I guess you could say, zero in retrospect. But unfortunately, Ange was captured by the Witch of Miracles herself, Bernkastel. And the reason why she kidnapped poor Ange is so that she can have one last battle against Bador and Beatrice. One last hurrah, one last victory, because she must win at all cost against them. She cannot simply admit defeat amidst all of this. And so she decides to present him with one final mystery. No tricks, no nothing. A simple version of events that isn't too complex. It isn't that many murders. It's a simple whodunit. You don't even need to count for how they did it. It's just simply whodunit and how many culprits were there. As simple as that. And that is where we left off last time. You might be wondering why I'm on the main menu screen. Well, someone told me in the comments of last episode that there were two characters I could execute in episode 7, and that would be Beatrice and Kenzo. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Maybe is it the witch's side? Because I know Kenzo. Yeah, Kenzo doesn't have this one. All right. So let's go ahead and execute Kenzo. Oh, that's cool. Vertser's younger self. The man who will eventually become the final head of the usual Mira family spent half of his life living lethargically as a human puppet. Because of this, his mental age remains young, does not grow. Thanks to the fascination with the West that he has held since he was a young boy, he is highly proficient with the English language. How interesting. When you kill Kenzo, it reverts back to himself, which he mentioned many times. He felt like he was dead before he met the original Beatrice. Fascinating. I don't want to guess Beatrice would be the same. Beatrice Castiglione. In Italian, her father was a high official in the RSI, a vicious woman who did not lose that personality even after living a long time in a submarine. Since she was the only one of the Italians who could speak English, she began to form a close relationship with Kenzo, who was likewise the only Japanese person who could speak that language. Kenzo recalls that their meeting was when he learned what it meant to fall in love. This meeting had a great effect on his fate, and that of Okanjima. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool to see that. In that same comment of that person mentioning that, they also told me that I should probably look at the hints, as it basically shows how Beatrice and Bador figure out the mystery. And so I've come to a decision, and it comes down to one of two things. One, I do want to see those extra scenes between Beatrice and Bador, since, I'm kind of curious how their relationship is now they're, married, as it's been said multiple times in this episode. And two, really, I'm going to do it for the sake of time, because, if I really wanted to do this, legit, without using any of the hints, most of this episode would just be me looking at, one of the character screens and just being what if, no, or something along those lines, and I edit out, 30 minutes of that until I eventually get to the answer. So, I'm going to go look through all the hints and get to the culprit at the end of it, just for the sake of pacing, honestly, and just for the sake of not wasting my time or your guys' time at all. So I hope you can understand where I'm coming from with this, since I do want to keep on going with the story and not be stuck at this word block of a mystery. So, that, and I didn't think about this mystery within the past, 5 days, since I had other shit going on. So, I hope you can understand that. But, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright. Pretty sure this is like the second hint, anyway.
絶対に犯人でない人物とはどういうことだろ
う。ルールに犯人は死なないってのがある。つまりひでえ話だが、死んだやつは信用できるってことになる。
Makes sense, yeah.
ほう、それはわかりやすい。ほとんどの人物は殺された。それらの人物の紫は全て信用できるというわけか。
ところがそう簡単な話じゃない。俺とお前のゲームでもたびたび問題になった死んだふり問題ってのがあるんだ。
That's the issue I ran into last time.
どの犠牲者も皆検視をしているではないか。南條も紫で誰も検視を誤らないと断言している。
南條先生が犯人だったらそれも当てにはならねえぜ。一見どの犠牲者も検視されているように見えるが、どの死亡確認も紫発言だ。
Also, another comment mentioned of how, basically what this episode's, like, entire plot is like, teaching Ange a life lesson, aka, like, the player a life lesson, which, yeah, that's pretty much what this episode is, but, like, it's really good at doing that. It really is, because it gives, like, good characterization to, like, every single character, even though they're, like, their ideal selves. Every character still feels like very in character. Like, none of them feel like out of place. Hell, even Kenzo, who seems like at first like the most out of place character, but like you can still tell it's Kenzo. Overall, I've really been enjoying this episode. Like a lot, and because it's very much a stark contrast from the other episodes. It really is. But like in a good way, you know. But yeah, so far I've definitely been enjoying it, and how it's trying to teach Ange, you know, the life lesson. What the question is for the viewer is, what is that exactly? What is the lesson that we're trying to teach Ange? You know. So I'm wondering what that could possibly be.
100% じゃない。
では誰の死ならば信用できるというのか。
Probably the first six.
とにかく犠牲者全員の検視をもう一度見直すんだ。紫発言なんてあやふやなものじゃなくて、絶対確実に死んだ人間を探すんだ。
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so it looks like there's like a... Gee, how many ends are there? Alright. Let's go for the third one.
そうか、わかったぞ。バトラ、ト書きだ。セリフ以外のト書き部分に嘘はないことになっていたぞ。
うん。
ああ、俺も今気づいたとこだ。ベルンカステレは赤き真実でト書き部分には嘘がないことを宣言している。
あら、気づかれちゃったみたいよ。
気づかなくちゃ始まらないわよ。
ト書きで死亡を宣告されているやつはおらぬか。そいつは本当に死んでいると断言できることになる。
そしてそいつは自動的に犯人でないということになる。
のみならず、そやつの紫は信頼できるということになる。
ト書きで死亡を語られている人物を探してみよう。横たわっていたみたいな、生きてるようにも死んでるようにも見える曖昧な表現でないやつもだ。
頭からもう一度探すぞ。
I have to say, maybe this is a hot take, maybe it's not. But I kind of prefer the Higurashi, what was it, episode 7, episode 8, interaction, or like, interactive part, where like, you had like multiple different scenes, and you had to guess the right word for each scene in order to access it. I feel like in terms of like, I guess quote unquote gameplay, that was more interesting rather than this, which is, you know, like I get what Ryukishi 7 is trying to do. Like, it makes sense. It is a mystery, like straight up. And you know, obviously you want to figure it out on your own. That's the entire point of the mystery. But I really did prefer Higurashi because like it had a lot more variety to it and a lot more like yeah, it did have a lot more variety to it and like kind of like jumping all over the place and like in that single like segment of gameplay we learned so much about like so many of the different characters and what their perspectives on different things like Irie and Takano and Tomeke. It was really an eye-opening section of Higurashi, which I enjoyed very much. Well, here it's, you know, the entire point is, you know, Bernkastel is making this mystery in order to win over Bador and, you know, Beatrice. So quite literally, it is a roadblock. that's what it's designed to be. But I very much prefer the Higurashi, I guess, gameplay section, you could say. Okay.
バトラ見よ。第7の番の南條についてはト書きではっきりと殺されたと記されているぞ。
Poor Nanjo, just like Tomake, always has to die.
俺も見つけたぜ。第8の番のジェシカについてト書きではっきりと無残な死体だったと記している。
ということはつまり
南條先生とジェシカ、この2人は確実に死んでいるということは。
They dead.
そしてそれは
南條とジェシカが犯人ではないことを示しているというわけだ。そしてそれは
この2人の紫発言は赤き真実も同然というわけだ。
うん、そういうことだ。
Okay, so that means the first bodies are definitely dead. The second bodies are definitely dead as well. Jessica said, if I remember correctly, like in the fourth Twilight, that none of them could have murdered Kumasawa and Goda. If I remember. The pair gave each other a high five. Finally, they had found their first big clue. The safe slice on the wall with a needle in it. They had discovered some purple statements they could trust.
南條とジェシカの紫発言を書き出してみよう。これは赤き真実も同然だ。ようやく見えてきたぞ。
南條先生が犯人でないことが確定なら、第一の番の彼の紫発言である私でなくとも誰も検視を誤らないが大きな意味を持ってくる。
つまり誰であっても検視は誤らないということ。
犯人でないことが確定したこの2人、南條先生とジェシカによって行われた検視は絶対に信用できるってことだ。
つまり南條とジェシカが死亡を確認した人物もまた犯人ではないことが確実になるというわけだ。
あっちゃー、順調ね。
不思議なものね。順調だと悔しいけれど、行き詰まられてもそれはそれで退屈だわ。
よし、この2人の検視をチェックして犯人ではありえない人物を探してみよ
う。うん。
I guess I can check real quick. And I can probably, you know, just a little bit and check, like, who, if I can guess who the culprit is. So, Jessica, all locked, making a locked room. Possible for George to be the murderer. Goda and Kumasawa are dead. Kind of killed. He's dead. He's been killed. So, Nanjo. So, Goda, Kumasawa, and Nanjo are definitely dead. Which one? Collusion. both their deaths for the second Twilight, so that would be Natsuri and Klaus, I think. Or is that someone else? God, there's so much fucking murders. Always examined her and confirmed her death as well. So fourth Twilight. So if I remember correctly, yeah, the first ones, both their deaths. So was it Klaus and Natsuri next? I think yeah, that would make most sense. Her and confirmed her death. Goda-san and Kumasawa-san died instantly. So Goda and Kumasawa are very much dead. Oh, fourth warrior was Shannon. Yeah, that's right. So Shannon, Goda, Kumasawa, definitely dead. So, that's good to know.
バトラー、南條とジェシカの紫発言のチェックを終えたぞ。
この二人が死亡を確認した人物は間違いなく死んでいる。そしてそれは間違いなく犯人でないことを示す。
そうなれば信頼できる紫発言がさらに増えるということだな。
You know what? I really always do like at the end of when they cry. It always turns interactive. Like at the very end. I don't know why. I guess it's, you know, it like kind of surprises you after going through, which is, you know, a visual novel. You finally get gameplay at the very end of it. I wonder what the ending gameplay of Kokonia is going to be like, huh? I want to guess it's a 3D shoot 'em up.
まず南條先生だ。第2の番の犠牲者クラウスおじさん、夏日おばさんの死亡を確認している。
さらに第4の番にシャノンの死亡も確認しているの。
第5、第6の番のゴーダさんと熊沢さんの死亡も確認している。
一気に白が増えたぞ。南條、ジェシカに加えクラウス、夏日、シャノン、ゴーダ、熊沢は犯人ではないということだ。
それだけじゃない。第4の番にベルンカステルの赤き真実でカノン君の死亡も宣言されてる。犯人は死なないんだからカノン君も犯人じゃない。
南條、ジェシカ、クラウス、夏日、シャノン、カノン、ゴーダ、熊沢、この8人は犯人ではない。
Big old 8.
あらら、いきなり容疑者が8人も減らされちゃったわよ。
ここまでは順当でしょ。ここからよ。
これで信用できる紫発言がどっと増えたぞ。ここからが本番だ。
ああ、新しく犯人でないことが分かった人物の紫発言も確認するぞ。
Keep thinking to that one statement by Jessica of George couldn't have killed. Well, George couldn't have killed Shannon, but doesn't mean he was working with somebody else, you know. I wonder. So they did destroy the keys. No one's hiding. Pretty much the same thing. Go to refuse the key. Walked. One of us has an alibi. We're lying there covered in blood. Well, it wasn't confirmed deaths, just covered in blood. Okay, Genji's dead. So, Genji's definitely dead. So we can cross him out as well. And we can trust all the servants since they were all together and, you know, they all died as well. So it can't be Genji, it can't be any of the servants, can't be Nanjo, can't be Klaus, Natsuhi, Jessica. So that leaves George, Bador, Maria, Boza, Rudolph, Kiri, Ava, and Hiroshi.
クラウス、夏日、シャノン、カノン、 郷田熊沢、この新しく無実が証明された人物の紫発言を吟味したぞ。
ああ、その結果源氏さんが犯人でないことも新たに証明された。
Just like you read my mind.
カノンが第一の晩に紫発言で源氏の死を確認したと宣言している。これで源氏もシロというわけだ。
これで合計9人の無実が証明されたな。いい感じだぜ。
So quite a little. It's the last 3 alive and the first 6 dead. Or first 5 dead.
そうそう、シャノンと熊沢の紫発言で第一の晩の6人の死亡も確認しているようだぞ。
それは鵜呑みにできねえな。
And it doesn't explicitly say dead, just covered in blood.
なぜかシャノンと熊沢の発言は信用できるのではないか。
そうよね。シャノンと熊沢が犯人でないことが確定したのに、どうしてその発言が信用できないの？
例えば熊沢さんだが、
Yeah.
第一の晩の犠牲者の6人が食堂で血まみれになって倒れていたとしか言ってない。つまり生死は不明ってわけだ。食堂の6人の犠牲者の検視は絶対とは言えないわけだ。
食堂の6人についてシャノンは別の言い方もしているぞ。お子様方はそれぞれ自分の親が間違いなく死んでいることを確認したとな。
Son of a bitch. What if it's Ava, Hideyoshi, and George? Dude, I swear to God, if the theory I came up with in episode 3 actually comes fucking true, I'm gonna be pissed.
食堂でそれぞれの親を検視したのは俺とジョージの兄貴、そしてマリアの3人ってことだ。
But it does apply to Maria and Battle as well.
しかしこの3人がシロであることはまだ証明されていない。
ああ、なるほど、そういうことね。シャノンは食堂の6人の死亡をそれぞれの親の子供が確認したことは証明したけれど、それぞれの子供が真実の検視をしたかまでは証明していないわ。
そういうことだ。子供が嘘をついている可能性が否定できない以上、
これは厄介であるな。その3人は最後まで生き残った生存者。生きているということはすなわち犯人でないと証明不能というわけだ。
バトラー、ジョージ、マリア、生き残ったこの3人は犯人である可能性が高いと同時に、シロ、
とりあえず確実な死亡によってシロであると断言できるのはこの9人までのようであった。
ここからは信頼できる9人の紫発言で純粋に推理していくしかない。
南條、ジェシカ、クラウス、ナツヒ、シャノン、カノン、ゴーダ、熊沢、源氏、この9人の紫発言を読み直すしかないな。
ここからは難度が上がるぞ。覚悟してかかろうぜ。
ようやくミステリーらしくなってきたというところよ。
I really like this music. I feel like, I mean, can we cross off George? The thing is, I did cross, like last time I did cross him off because a lot of his statements did coincide with Nanjo, which we now know is true. So I feel like we could cross off George. So it's either Bador with his parents or Maria with Rosa. Yeah, I already looked through them, and there's really doesn't help with much of proving the innocence of George, Bador, and Maria. Well, I feel like we definitely. I think it's either Bador or Maria with their parents. at this point. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm personally thinking. Nothing suspicious. Anyone could have killed her besides George Anarchy, which is, you know, better green with Jessica, but she, you know, was telling the truth in that moment. I don't know. I'm thinking it's either Bador or Maria with their parents. That's what I'm thinking right now.
おい、ベアト。興味深いことが分かったぞ。この一連の事件、マスターキーは一切使えない。
そういえば白である9人の中に使用人5人が含まれるのであったな。
マスターキーは使用人にしか使えない。渡せもしない。そして犯人でない人物は犯人に協力しないのだから、犯行にマスターキーを用いることはできないんだ。
Since it's been guaranteed that all 5 servants are innocent, we know that the master keys have nothing to do with the crimes.
確かにそうなる。となるとますますに厄介ではないか。何度も起こった密室殺人、それらをマスターキー抜きで構築せねばならんことになる。
チェス盤をひっくり返すぜ。ってことはつまりマスターキーがなくても構築可能なトリックってわけさ。
Like, let's say, someone who's quote-unquote come back from the dead knocks on the door and lets themselves, you know, in by the occupants.
第1の番、食堂の密室。第2の番、夏日の部屋の密室。第5の番以降にゲストハウスの密室。じっくり考え直す必要がありそうだな。
もう一度じっくりと読み直してみよう。使用人は全員白なんだ。マスターキーは使えない。そこを念頭にもう一度考えるんだ。
When we look at, there's one statement by Bador that I need to check again, and it concerns Nanjo. This is proof that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house. Okay. Ooh. This right here. Okay. So if I'm thinking is correct, it's one of these. We got about five dead bodies here that haven't been confirmed. Yeah, we got about 5 suspects, pretty much. Or, yeah, 5, well, quote-unquote dead suspects here. But the guest house was still completely locked up. No one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. Everything is locked up perfectly. Like somebody let themselves in, or Nanjo opened up the door because he heard a familiar voice. But whose voice would that be?
第1の番の食堂の密室についてだが、このような推理はどうだろうか。
拝聴しよう。
第1の番の犠牲者の検視は未だ定かではない。
Culprit just killed everyone else and hid amongst the bodies.
つまりその中の誰かが実は犯人で、他の5人を殺した後に死んだふりをして内側から食堂を施錠したのだ。
確かにそれならマスターキーを使わずに密室を生み出せるな。とすると一つ疑問が出てくる。
疑問とは何か。
覚えてるか？第2の番のやり取りの時、 ベルンカステルに赤き真実でこう宣言された。第一の番の犯人は確実に6人を殺しているとな。
そういえばそうであったな。
6 people, huh? Ooh, wait. The kids checked, confirmed the deaths of the bodies. What if one of those wasn't their actual parents? Like, let's say Rudolph. It wasn't actually Rudolph, but somebody else. Ooh, we're doing a disguised, culprit here?
この赤き真実がある以上、やはり食堂の6人は死んでいたってことになる。なら、外部の人間がどうやって食堂に施錠を、マスターキーを使わずに。
なあバトラ、その赤き真実は食堂の6人の死亡を確実なものにしているのではないか。
まあそういうことになるんだろうな。
となれば食堂の6人も白ということで、すでに白と分かっている源氏を除き、新しく5人が白と判明したことになるのではないか。つまり 9+5 で14人の無実が証明できたというわけだ。残るは3人。
Yeah.
バトラ、ジョージ、マリアの3人の中に犯人がいるに違いないのだ。
ちょっと待ってくれ。どうもそいつは引っかかるんだ。赤き真実で犯人は6人を殺したと宣言はされてる。でもそれを第一の番の時に言われたわけじゃない。
確か第2の番のやり取りの時に言われたのであったな。
Ooh. So one of them wasn't dead, killed, the sixth person, which was Quasar Nazi.
もう一度その部分を読み直したい。探してみよう。不自然なタイミングで言われたような、そんな違和感を覚えるんだ。
やるじゃない。
この2人さすがね。勘も実に冴えてるわ。
Interesting. Second Twilight. Found that the windows and doors were all locked, making a locked room. Sure, no one will be able to enter or leave. Both their deaths took refuge in the guest house. Locked the door, servants on the floor. It was locked. Kind of stuck with this. Also, I'm kind of afraid if I do quick reread story, it will force me to go through the entire story again. So I'm not going to, risk it. I could be wrong, but who knows.
第2の番の密室について考えているのだが、同じ推理しか浮かばぬ。
クラウスおじさんたちを殺した後、内側より施錠して隠れたって推理か。
マスターキーが使えぬ以上、施錠は内側より行うほかない。となれば犯人は夏日の部屋のどこかに隠れていたとしか考えられぬ。
そう、そこがおかしいんだ。ト書きにこうある。いつまで経ってもクラウス夫妻だけが戻ってこない。そしてこう続く。一同は全員でクラウスと夏日の部屋に向かい、
クラウス夫妻だけが戻ってこないということは、つまり それ以外の人間は全員客間に戻ってきたということか。
そういうことだ。犯行後密室に閉じこもって隠れていたなら、そいつも戻ってこないことになるはず。なのに犠牲者を除く全員が戻ってきている。
生存者の誰にも犯行は不可能ということになってしまうな。やはりバトラの推理通り、食堂の誰かが生きていて犯行に及んだと考えるべきではないのか。
そういえばその推理を口にしたら、俺は赤き真実を食らったんだ。
My theory was that someone in the dine hall was alive and killed Klaus and Natsuki. That theory was countered by this thread. The culprit of the first Twilight really did kill 6 people.
まあ当然であろうな。
Culprit of the first Twilight.
クラウス、夏日まで殺しているのだから、6人どころか8人は殺していることになるのだから。
The culprit of the first Twilight killed 6 people. Went on to kill 6 people. What if they were killed instead? Wait. What if it was like Cross or Natsuhi that killed the 6 in there?
なんか引っかかるぞ。クラウス、夏日まで殺しているのだから、犯人は確実に。
Went on to kill 6 people. What if they killed each other? Who would it be? Because of course they would still be there. Everyone gathered in Dine Hall. You determine that all the doors and windows have been locked, making a locked room. It's clear that no one is hiding. We destroyed Genji's master key. No one is hiding. Was it Klaus? Did they kill each other? That would be the only thing that makes sense because there's no master keys. There was nobody hiding in the second room. No one would be able to enter Wien, making a locked room. Nobody came down either, and everyone was in the parlor. So it was either Klaus or Natsuki. That's the only thing that makes sense. Oh shit. Oh shit.
わかった。やられたぜ。犯人が確実に6人を殺したの、意味がわかった。
意味が分かったとはどういうことか。説明せよ。
第一の番の犯人は確実に6人を殺している。もしこいつを第一の番の時点で言われていたなら、俺は素直に受け取っていたかもしれない。しかし第2の番の時点で言われたことを加味すると、別の意味も見えてくる。
So it was your Klaus or Natsuki?
まさか確実に6人を殺しているという意味なのか。
そういうことだ。やはり食堂の6人の中に犯人が混じって死んだふりをしていたんだ。そしてそいつは食堂を抜け出し、 夏日おばさんの部屋で2人を殺して内側から施錠して室内に隠れたんだ。
The culprit could only have killed 5 people at most in the dining hall. However, if we add on victims of the second toilet, they would definitely have killed at least 6 times. Well,
なる
yeah.
ほど。それで辻褄は合うぞ。第1の番も第2の番もどちらの密室もマスターキーなしで構築できる。
と思ったところでおかしなことも思い出しちまったぜ。夏日おばさんの部屋はすぐに封印しちまったんだったな。
Yeah, that's the thing. Wait, who said that?
そういえばそうだったな。
Who said that?
ベルンカステル教に
Oh.
赤き真実で一同は体質と同時に部屋を封印した。その体質に犯人は加われないと言われている。
さらにこうも言った。全ての封印は決して破られることはないともな。
つまり再び密室に閉じ込められたということなのか。
今の推理で確かに第1の番と第2の番は説明できる。しかしその犯人は夏日おばさんの部屋に閉じ込められ二度と出られなくなっちまうんだ。
それでは第4の番以降の事件を起こせなくなってしまうではないか。良い推理だと思ったのだがやはり違うのか。
この推理で間違っていないはずなんだが、もうひとひねり。
I do like these ends though. Add more like characterization for Beatrice and Battler. But right now I'm thinking it's definitely one of the 5. But who exactly? That's the problem. Of who let themselves in. How did they get out though? Like they couldn't have possibly hid in there at all. I wonder, let me check something. All the outside the doors and windows, sealing them. Sealed the dining wall the same way. Oh, she's dead. I mean, we just have a big pool of like suspects. That's the problem here.
いや、いいんだ。
Whoa, this is a new track?
犯人が閉じ込められても犯人がもう一人いればいい。
Yeah, multiple.
複数犯人説。やはりそう来るしかないな。
Because Bernkastel did say the culprit of the first Twilight definitely killed 6 people.
それならば犯人の片方が閉じ込められても続く殺人を継続できる。
考えてみりゃ、そもそも俺たちの推理に共犯は必須だったんだ。
Yeah.
第1の番の6人のうち白が確定している源氏さんを除く5人、エヴァおばさん、秀吉おじさん、クソ親父、キリエさん、そしてローザおばさん。この5人は全員それぞれ白が確定しない人物によって検出されている。その検視者が共犯でない限り死んだふりなんかできないんだ。
確かに犯人でない者は犯人に協力しないことになっているからな。
犯人は殺人以前にも嘘をつくことができる。つまりこういうことだ。
第1の番の殺人を行った犯人は第2の番までを実行し夏日の部屋に閉じ込められる。
そしてその犯人の検視を偽ったもう一人の犯人が第4の番以降の殺人を引き継ぐんだ。
There has to be 3 people. There has to be 3 people. One commits the first Twilight murders, then kills Natsuri and Klaus, gets locked up in the room. Second one is the one that kills Goda, Kumasawa, Nanjo, and Shannon. Yeah. And the third one... Maybe it's two. Because I'm thinking of the third, like, culprit. It's already been defined that culprit is someone that directly murders somebody. So it's either, 2 or 3.
なるほど。それならば筋が通るぞ。そして、それは誰だというのか。
残念ながら現時点では誰が犯人でもあり得る。
Okay, using that logic, it can't be Rosa and Maria, since those are only 2. So it's either Bador or George with their parents.
しかし単独犯はありえないと断言できる。そして閉じ込められたのは食堂犠牲者5人の誰か。そして殺人を引き継いだのはその5人を検視した人間ということになる。
食堂の5人を検視した人間との。それはつまり
バトラー、ジョージ、マリア。
Just like I surmised last time.
この3人の誰かが確実に以後の殺人を引き継いでいる。
I'm 20 steps ahead.
よし。その3人に注目して以後の事件を追ってみようではないか。
George definitely could have murdered Shannon. We already know that. We know that for sure, since that's said by both Jessica. Jessica and Bador both say that. Besides George. Well, we can't trust Bador, but we can definitely trust Jessica's statements on it. God damn it, what if it really is Ava, Hiroshi, and George? God damn it. Jessica states here, Maria, Bador, George, Zisan, and I couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. Okay, so George didn't commit the murder of Nanjo. We know that for sure. The 4 cousins Nanjo couldn't have killed Goda, Simon, Kumasawa-sen, so maybe it is really... No, it has to be 3. Because one's walked up, the other one kills Kumasawa and Goda. Then Nanjo. So that leaves Bador and Maria. So it's Rudolph, Curie, and Bador. Bingo.
The 続く事件は第4の番だ。殺されたのはシャノンちゃん。全員にアリバイがないが、一人だけ例外がいる。
ジョージであるな。白が確定しているジェシカが紫発言にて、ジョージにはシャノン殺しは不可能であると断言している。となれば、殺したのはバトラかマリアのどちらかということか。
そう思いたいところだが、早計だ。バトラとマリア、そしてジョージ以外の人物にだってアリバイはない。俺は単独犯説を否定したが、犯人が2人であることを断言したつもりもない。現時点ではそれを断言するにはまだ早すぎるからな。
なるほどな。第1の番と第2の番の犯人と、その死んだふりを虚偽の検視で助けたもう一人の犯人と、さらにそれとは無関係の犯人が存在する可能性があるというわけか。なるほど。これは盲点であった。
シャノンちゃんの事件はジョージの兄貴ただ一人の例外を除いて誰に、そしてその事実だけをもってジョージの兄貴が白であることを証明するわけでもない。
Besides, Jessica stating that they couldn't have murdered Nanjo or go to Kurosawa.
密室殺人ではないから気楽だなどと思っていたが、むしろおかしな条件がない分、犯人の絞り込みに使える情報もないというわけであるな。
ここからは事件のペースが速い。これだけに固執せず、次の第5の番の事件も見てみようぜ。
Dun, dun, boom. Goddamn, there are a lot of events. There's just a lot.
第5、第6の番であるが、厄介であるぞ。信頼できるジェシカの紫発言がこう言っている。いとこ4人と南條には郷田と熊沢は殺せないとな。
いとこ4人と南條先生、これはつまりこの時点での生存者全員を指す。普通に考えたら不可能犯罪だ。
しかしそこでチェス盤をひっくり返すわけであるな。
ああ。ってことはあるシンプルな答えが現れる。いとこ4人と南條先生以外の何者かが犯人だってことを、この事件は証明しているってわけだ。
生存者以外は全員が死亡していることになっている。にもかかわらず生存者には犯行不能ということは、
死んだふりをした犯人が 100% 存在することの証明ってわけだ。
そして死んだふりをした犯人の存在は犯人が複数であることも 100% 証明する。
It's so definitely Rudolph Curie bad war, isn't it?
検視を偽り嘘をつくこともまた犯人にしかできないからな。
この一見完全な不可能犯罪に見える第5第6の番は、ただそれだけで雄弁にこれだけのことを語っちまうわけだ。
不可能犯罪は相手を屈服させる力も持つが、逆に一気に推理を切り込まれる危険性も持つ諸刃の刃よ。昔のそなたならきっと屈服していただろうに。本当にたくましくなったものよ。
お前にはだいぶ鍛えられたからな。
Oh. The pair grinned at each other. They had been to the brink of death and back in their many intellectual games before now. They wouldn't be discouraged by a little like this.
さらに続けて第7、第8の番の事件も見てみよう。もうかなり確信に踏み込んでるはずだ。
そうだな。気を引き締めていこう。
Well, no, you can only lie once. The more and more I think it's bad or Curie and Rudolph is because, one, it makes just the most amount of sense with the evidence we have right now, and two, it's the ultimate fuck you to Ange from Bernkastel, isn't it? And kind of what Ange wants is the truth, and what the truth is, well, Curie and Rudolph did kill everybody, so it's all, you know, fitting together.
第7の番も状況は全く同じだ。信頼できるジェシカの紫発言がいとこ4人、すなわち生存者の誰にも殺せないと断言している。
しかし少しわからぬのだ。第1の番、第2の番の犯人は第1の番の犠牲者5人の中の誰かだ。そやつは夏日の部屋に閉じ込められたが、検視を偽ったそやつの子供もまた犯人であることが分かっている。しかし犯人である可能性のある子供はバトラ、ジョージ、マリアの3人のみだ。
And we know we can knock off George because the only one nobody has an alibi for is Shannon, and everyone's saying that George couldn't have killed her. So battler.
そうだな。その3人は第5、第6、第7の3つの事件において殺人不能であると断言されている。
つまりこれはさらにもう一人犯人がいることを指し示すのではないか。
面白い。しかも妥当な推理だな。そしてその3人目の犯人もまた死んだふりをした何者かってことになるな。
Quick, quick, quick.
これはひょっとすると犯人が4人5人ということもありえるかもしれねえぜ。
それはどうだかわからぬが、とにかくいずれにせよ犯人が2人だけでは郷田、熊沢、南條を殺すことはできぬのだ。それだけは間違いない。
こりゃややこしいことになってきたぜ。3人組が犯人なのか、それとも2人組と単独犯なのか。いやいや、3人以上犯人がいる可能性だって否定しちゃいけねえな。
17人の登場人物のうち白は9人、残る8人のうちバトル、ジョージ、マリアの3人は生存しているから除く。白が確定せず死んだことになっているのは5人。エヴァ、秀吉、ルドルフ、キリエ、ローザ、すべて第一の番の犠牲者だ。
この食堂の犠牲者5人の中の何人が死んだふりをしていたかって問題なわけか。いよいよだな。面白くなってきたぜ。
It has to be. The more and more I think about it, it's so perfect, isn't it? It's so perfect to be battler in the family. Has to be.
最後の第8の番についても状況は全く変わらないな。
うん。ト書きにてジョージ、バトラ、マリアにはジェシカは殺せないと断言されている。ジェシカは生存者の3人には殺せないのだ。
ここの紫発言は結構ヒントになりそうなことをいろいろと喋ってるんだよな。
ジョージとマリアの紫発言が興味深いな。信頼できるなら強力な手がかりになりそうなのだが。
ジョージの兄貴が白ならマリアには誰も殺せないって紫発言が有効になってマリアの白も確定できる。同様にマリアが白ならジョージに大人は殺せないが有効になって結果的にジョージの兄貴の白も確定できる。
ではあるがどちらも白であると確定できぬ。
ジョージの兄貴とマリアは互いに相手が先に白であることを証明できれば自分も白になるという、まるで鶏と卵のようなジレンマに陥ってる。ヒントになりそうでならない。なんとももどかしい話だ。
その2人の潔白は容易には証明できないだろう。それにもはや容疑者は少数に絞り込まれている。ここからはもしも誰々が犯人だったならと個別に検証していくしかないだろうな。
そうだな。いよいよ最後の詰めに入ってきたようだぜ。
Has to be battler.
いよいよ推理も大詰めって感じ。
Has to be battler.
まな板の上のなんとやらの心境よ。
It makes too much thematic and logical sense for it to be not battler. I would check, but I don't want to miss these scenes.
まずマリア犯人説から検証してみよう。マリアが犯人ならローザを死んだふりにできる。ローザには 第1、第2の番の殺人が実行可能。そして夏日おばさんの部屋に閉じ込められ、マリアが第4の番以降の殺人を引き継ぐことになる。
But who would be the third man? Who's the third man? Bash of the beach! Wokajima!
マリアにはゲストハウスでのすべての殺人が不可能だ。
Fuck. Who's the third culprit? Oh my god!
よってマリアはシャノンを殺すのが精一杯ということになるな。
It was at that time that it was revealed that the full culprit was indeed Bador, who finally turned heel.
となると、ゲストハウスでの殺人のために3人目の犯人が必要になる。
3人目はエヴァ、秀吉、ルドルフ、キリエの中の誰かということになるな。そしてそれはさらに4人目の犯人を必要としてしまうぞ。
そうだな。エヴァおばさんたち4人の誰かが死んだふりをするためには、それを検出する子供も犯人でなくてはならない。つまりマリアが犯人である時点で、犯人は4人にまで膨れ上がるわけだ。
4人が犯人であるためには4人全員がそれぞれ最低1人は殺していなくてはならない。
The definition of culprit is one who murders.
だとするとだ、
I am the one who murders.
ちょいとおかしくなってくるんだよな。
犯人4人の内訳は大人2人、子供2人となる。大人1人は第1、第2の番の殺人を担当。もう1人の大人はゲストハウスの殺人を担当する。そう、ここで矛盾が生じるのだ。
犯人は殺人者であるという定義。これはすなわち犯人は絶対に殺人をしなくてはならないという義務も意味する。
実は子供の犯人は殺人可能な相手がほとんど存在しないのだ。第1、第2の番は子供には犯行不能。そしてゲストハウス以降も犯行不能。唯一可能なのはシャノン殺しの第4の番だけ。
子供の犯人はシャノン1人しか殺せない。つまり2人目の子供の犯人は誰も殺せないから犯人にはなれないんだ。子供の犯人は2人以上存在できないってことになる。
マリアが犯人である時点でローザ以外にもう1人大人が必要になる。だがその検視を偽れるもう1人の子供の犯人は存在できないのだ。つまりマリアが犯人であることはありえない。
Yeah, which what she said about George. Tick tock, tick tock. Hey, we finally. Hey guys, we got almost every trope of the murder mystery genre. We finally got to the protagonist is the culprit.
次にジョージ犯人説を検証してみよう。子供の犯人は1人しか存在できない。よってジョージの兄貴が犯人である時点でエヴァおばさんと秀吉おじさん以外に死んだふりができる人物は存在しない。
大人2人に子供1人で犯人は3人組？なるほど。それならこれまでの全ての事件に説明がつけられそうね。
ところがどっこい、実はこれもありえねえんだ。
ジョージが犯人であることは明白に否定されている。
そうなのよね。子供に殺人可能なのは第4の番のシャノンのみ。
シャノン殺しについては信頼できる紫発言でジョージには殺せないとすでに断言されている。
Yeah.
そういうことだ。 シャノンちゃんの殺しについてのみ持つたった一つのアリバイ、それがジョージの兄貴に全ての事件において潔白であることを証明しているんだ。
つまりジョージは白ということだ。となればジョージの紫発言は全て信頼できるものになるということだな。
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Your time is up.
ジョージが白であることが確定すると、自動的にマリアも白ということになる。
ああ、ジョージの兄貴の紫発言、マリアには誰も殺せないが有効になるからな。誰も殺せない以上犯人にはなれない。よってマリアの白も確定する。
ジョージとマリアが白である事実は自動的にその親の検視も間違いないことを示す。
そういうことだ。検視は誰も謝らない。そして犯人でない人間は嘘をつけない。よって2人が検視した大人の死亡は確定し、彼らもまた白となる。
もうほとんど絞り込まれたな。答えはもはや明白ではないか。
Any more scenes? Yeah, I need one more hint. Guys, I don't know who could be. Shit, who is it? I need one more hint.
まず犯人は複数犯である。これは確定している。単独犯では不可能な事件なんだ。
No.
まず音第一の番を実行し、犠牲者のふりをしてやり過ごした。
マスターキーを持つ使用人全員が白であることが確定しているため、犯人に食堂の扉を外から施錠する方法は存在しない。
God, Girls Witch Hunt is such a good fucking track, man.
よって施錠者は室内にいると断言できるからだ。
そして死んだふりをするためには検視を偽ってくれるもう一人の犯人が必要になる。
源氏さんが白である以上、残る5人の大人の検視者は各々の子供、つまり犯人の子供が2人目の犯人となる。
そして子供の犯人にはゲストハウス以降の事件を実行できない。しかし大人の犯人は夏日の部屋に閉じ込められている。そのため2人目の大人の犯人が必要になる。
大人2人、子供1人、これが犯人グループの構成ってわけだ。
I'm very curious how long I don't know, man. I don't know. Who could it be? Just don't know.
もはや言うには及ぶまい。犯人グループの子供の犯人が誰かはすでに明白である。
だな。
So I guess I was right with my first guess, huh? I just forgot to include the two others.
子供はたった一人の例外を除いて全員白が確定している。
そしてその子供の犯人がごまかせる検視は自分の担当した親2人だけ。つまり犯人グループは大人2人、子供1人で全員が家族であるということだ。
家族で殺人か。仲のいいことだぜ。
犯人は誰と誰と誰か。これ以上もったいぶることもあるまい。
Well, I gotta check. Is there any more scenes? Yes, there are, I guess. Alright.
やれやれ。 ふざけた答えだぜ。
Ooh, what is this music? Have we heard this before? This sounds like a new track.
子供の犯人が俺だとはな。
わらわのゲームでもバトラ犯人説は最も多かった推理の一つではない
らしいな。たく世の中俺を疑う推理が多すぎるぜ。
I mean, come on, let's be honest, folks. It's such an overdone trope, you know? Like, of course, oh, yeah, sure, the protagonist did it.
バトラが犯人ならば自動的に大人の犯人も確定する。もはや何も悩むことなどない。これでわらわたちの勝ちであるな。
もうこれ以上の議論もヒントも必要ないな。ズバリ回答といこう。
これは勝負ありかしら。
見事だな。やっぱりこの程度のミステリーじゃこの二人には通用しなかったわね。
No, then. Just to be sure, though. Just to be sure. Okay. When I was here, should have selected all three of them. I mean, it makes most sense. Especially to torture Angie. There we go. Alright, now let's see what happens after.
誰かいないの？お兄ちゃん！
No. Angie flew out of the guest house sobbing. Is there anyone still alive on this island? When she checked the cousin room earlier, it had been completely empty. However, she remembered that she hadn't seen Beto or George or Maria's bodies. What she didn't know was whether this meant they were safe or whether she was about to be reunited with them as corpses.
お兄ちゃんたちどこ？どこ？返事をして！
She dashed around through the rain. Where was she going? Nowhere in particular. The lost little sister dashed around in circles, searching for her brother, drenched with rain and all alone. Eventually, I thought I heard my brother's voice from beyond a bush. No, it wasn't just his voice. I heard George Oni-chan and Maria Oni-chan's voices too. I called out at the top of my lungs, but they didn't answer. But it's okay now. They're right there, just on the other side of the fence. I could even faintly see them through the fence. When I ran around the fence, I found myself standing in front of a shed or something. It must be a shed to store tools for the rose garden. The three of them were standing in front of the shed. Oh. I cried out, but my voice didn't reach them. Even though I yelled so loudly, something felt very wrong about all this. When people hear a voice, even when... Oh, shit. Yeah. Wait. Skip that. When people hear a voice, even when they pretend not to have heard it, their bodies tend to show some sign that they noticed. However, there was no trace of that in the three of them. Even though I was screaming so loud, it truly wasn't reaching their ears. The instant I understood that, my dash towards them slowed and came to a halt. Though we appeared to be in the same world, we were actually in different worlds entirely. It was like seeing someone on TV. Or was it more like seeing a ghost? I could see them clearly, but as far as they were concerned, I didn't exist. After all, look. Even if I stand in front of them, their eyes can't meet me. That's a really clever way to... This is quite literally what we're looking at here is Angie's point of view. That's really good. If I try and touch them, will I really be able to? What if my hand just went right through? I was so scared at the thought that I could do nothing but stand there in shock even though I was so close to them.
クソったれ。もう俺には何が何だかわからねえ。やっぱり島の外から何者かが入り込んでるんだ。そしてそいつが後ろ宮家を皆殺しにしてるんだ。
Also, concerning that line from Beatrice saying that everyone assumed Bad Aura was it, that's Riku, the comment from Wasubu said that's pretty much Rikushi's response to fan theories at the time, which makes sense. I mean, of course, there's always going to be theories in nearly every fucking murder mystery, like, what if it's the protagonist?
どんなに閉じこもっても必ず誰かが殺されてしまう。やっぱりこれは魔女の仕業。
みんな落ち着いて考えよう。この島には後宮家の人間以外は存在しないんだ。
そんなはずはねえぜ。だって現にこうして後宮家の誰にも不可能な殺人が何度も起こってるじゃねえか。
Oh boy.
それはそうだけど、本当にそうだろうか。僕たちには見落としがあるんじゃないだろうか。
見落としって？
例えばそうさ、死んだふりとか。この島に後宮家の人間しかいない以上、犯人だって後宮家の人間しかいないんだ。だとしたら僕たちが死んだと思い込んでいる誰かが実は死んでなかったということになる。
しかし兄貴、それはありえねえぜ。全員の死体を必ず誰かが検視してる。死んだふりなんか絶対にできねえはずだ。
考えたくはない。でもその検視さえも偽られているとしたら、つまりこういうことさ。犯人は初めから複数犯だったんだ。そして一人は殺されたふりをして、一人は間違いなく死んでいると嘘をつく。
What's that old Hitchcock's like advice on what's it called? Not suspension. That I can't remember the exact word for it, but how the quote goes is like, the audience knows that there's a bomb underneath the desk, yet the characters don't know about it. God, there's a word for it, but I can't fucking remember what the hell it's called at this moment. Damn it, I lost it. But it's pretty much what this is happening right now.
そして死んだふりをした犯人は犯行を重ね、あたかも後宮家以外の人間が島に紛れ込んでいるかのような幻想を生み出す。
長次の兄貴は後宮家の誰かが犯人だってまだ疑ってんのかよ。
Where's the turn from Bad War?
南條先生は殺された。殺された以上犯人ではないと考えるのが妥当だろう。そしてお医者である南條先生の検視が一番信頼できたと考えられる。
If so, then it's fair to say that the people whose death Nanjo checked were almost certainly dead. Who did Nanjo check? Genji's corpse, Cross and Natsui's corpses, Shannon's corpse, Goda and Kumasawa's corpses.
最初の食堂の死体、あの6人の犠牲者のうち、南條先生は源氏さんの死体しか検証していないんだ。
マリアたちがそれぞれ確認したはずだよ。
しかし南條先生が確認したわけじゃねえ。
何を言ってんだよ。あの無芸殺され方でどう親父たちが生きてるってんだよ。
God. Seeing how Bad War is saying all this with the information we have right now is kind of like it's like you can tell like he's just lying for his teeth.
それにジョージの兄貴は何を言ってるんだ。
Denying everything. Overly emotional.
ってことは俺たちの親の誰かが犯人だって言ってんのかよ。そりゃねえだろ。真っ先に殺されてこれだけ大勢が殺されて、どうやったらさらにその上俺たちの親が犯人だなんて言えるんだよ。許せねえ。あんな殺され方をした親父たちをさらにこの上疑って恥ずかしめるなんて。たとえ
ごめん。
マリアのママはちゃんと死んでたよ。じゃあジョージお兄ちゃんの親かバトラの親かどっちかが犯人？
もうよそう、マリアちゃん。僕もちょっと混乱してたみたいだ。
ジョージお兄ちゃんはシャノンを殺さないよ。
もうよせよ。俺たちの誰も親族を殺したりするわけなんかねえだろ。
だからジョージお兄ちゃんがお父さんとお母さんが本当は生きてるのに死んでるなんて嘘をつかないと思う。ジョージお兄ちゃんはシャノンが殺されるような事件の片棒を担ぐわけがない。
Calmly, as though answering Chris a little, Maria spoke to George. Then, with a blank look on her face, she turned to Bador and spoke.
バトラはお父さんとお母さんの死体を見たよね。
ああ見たさ。みんなも見ただろ。あんな血まみれでひでえ死に様で。
バトラが嘘をついてると思う。
はあ、どうしてそうなるんだよ。
そうすると筋が通る。最初の食堂でバトラの両親は死んでなかったの。その片方が夏日おばさんたちを殺し内側から鍵を閉めて部屋にとどまる。もう片方がそれ以降の殺人を引き継いだ。
Damn, Maria.
ゲストハウスの密室を破るには内側に協力者がいなくてはならない。それがバトラ。全部説明がつくよ。
いい加減にしろ。
よさないかバトラ君。マリアちゃんも。
やっと頭の中の狼と羊のパズルがぴったりと収まった。犯人はバトラ一家。おう、正解？
何を言ってやがんだ。
正解よ。
Oh, God. The voice came from behind Ange. Oh, no. She spun around, surprised. There, covered in blood, yet wearing cheerful expressions, were Rudolph and Curie.
ルドルフおじさん、キリエおばさん、無事で。
After saying that much, George realized what his words meant, and his face twisted into an expression of shock and horror. Maria wasn't surprised. However, she showed no joy at having her answer proved correct. And as for Bador, Angie saw it. That terrible expression, one that she would never forget as long as she lived. It was a demon's smile. A hideous demon that she'd never see again twisted its face in a foul grin. The truly horrible thing was that she saw it on her brother's face. Rudolph and Curie lifted up the guns they'd been holding behind them. The barrels pointed at the foreheads of George, who staggered backwards, and Maria, who grinned as though she was beyond caring what happened next. There was a flash of lightning, a crack of thunder. Nothing more could be heard. Then, as George and Maria were snapped around by that war, the strings holding them were snipped. The two dolls fell into puddles with a splash and stopped moving.
お父さん、お母さん。
All of this occurred right before Angie's eyes. Angie, who had stood stunned beside them, was invisible to their eyes. That goddamn laugh. They guffawed, overcome with laughter. Then, right in front of Angie, they started joking and complimenting each other on their kills so far. The three hideous faces, the faces of her family, made Angie want to cry and vomit at the same time. She felt as though she would suffocate. Angie dashed away, covering her mouth. She wanted to escape the disgusting laughter coming from her beloved family as soon as possible. Then she slipped and fell face down in a puddle of mud. She didn't try to get up. In fact, she instead chose to cover her ears to block out the disgusting laughter that she could still hear. As she did, from the shadows of the fences and bushes in this inky black rose garden, several dark things slipped into sight. Oh, God. Shit. Angie walked around in surprise to see eerie black shapes appearing from all over the garden and slowly surrounding her. It was a crowd of people with goat heads. Their outfits were all different. Some wore suits, while others were dressed casually. However, all of them were covered with darkness, and all of them had goat heads. Angie, bewildered, accidentally let her hands fall from her ears, but now she couldn't hear that disgusting laughter. However, in their place, she could hear the words spoken by the goats. The truth. As the goats continued to mumble in eerie voices, they surrounded Angie and began to draw nearer. They all pressed around her, each of them naming Angie's family as the culprits. At first, everyone joined in on the Ava cult theory. Oh, the sole survivor from Okajima got almost all of the wealth to herself, so such a theory was only natural. Why was Ushio Mira Ava the only one who escaped to Koridoran? And why did she refuse so stubbornly to talk about what happened that day? It was decided that the Ava culprit theory fit all of these facts. However, when Ava died of illness and people learned that all the vast wealth she had created by unscripturous means would go to Angie, public opinion, or rather the forgers, created and spread a new culprit theory. This was the Rudolph's family cult theory. If it was normal for everyone to come to the family conferences, why was Angie the only one who didn't come this time? Did Rudolph's family have some reason for not bringing the young Angie with them? They did take bad word, but he wasn't Kyrie's son. Then, when it was revealed in some magazines that Kyrie's family had close ties to a massive gangster organization, all eyes suddenly gathered on Kyrie herself. The truth of how Rudolph had made a killing out of fraudulent business practices was also laid bare, and almost immediately the couple became thought of as the most suspicious people on the island. Hiroshi and Ava's company might have been heavily-handed at times, but at least it had operated within the law. However, the more Rudolph's company was investigated, the more dirt was dug up. Furthermore, testimony was dug up about various scandals involving polished tickets from the time Rudolph and Kyrie were students. and it was clear that they were far more suspicious than Ava's family. And so in a flash, the Rudolph's family culprit theory expelled the other conspiracy theories, including the Ava culprit theory, and we remained as the greatest of them all. It wasn't really because it was more plausible than the Ava culprit theory. They had just gotten bored of the old theory and wanted a new sensation. The goats seemed to blend and undulate. The sky rapidly turned white, becoming ceiling lit by fluorescent lamps. Oh shit! The goats had changed completely, becoming the shapes of girls wearing goat masks. All of the girls were wearing the same clothes. It was a uniform. The uniform of St. Lucia Academy.
本当の犯人はルドルフとキリエなんだって。
聞いた聞いた。そうだよね。娘だけ置いてくなんてなんかおかしいもんね。後ろ宮エヴァって確か本人は毒殺されてるって訴えてんでしょ。じゃあもう黒幕は誰か明白じゃん。
いいよね。一族の財産すべて独り占めなんでしょ。
やっぱルドルフ一家犯人説だって思ってたんだよね。後ろ宮さんってどこかおかしいって思ってたんだよね。
おかしいと思ってたよね。ルドルフとキリエが犯人。
バトラも犯人じゃないの？
Son of a bitch.
ルドルフ一家犯人説。
ルドルフとキリエが犯人。
財産を独り占めにしようとしたんだけどエヴァに返り討ちにあってそれで失敗して。でも結局は後宮エンチェの独り占めなんでしょ。
ルドルフとキリエが犯人だって。
ルドルフ一家犯人説。ルドルフとキリエとバトラが犯人。
ルドルフとキリエとバトラが犯人。
後宮さんのご家族が犯人なんですって。それってどう思う？ねえね
え。でも結局財産は全てあなたが独り占めできるんでしょ。
後宮エヴァはそれであなたには何も語らなかったのよね。
Jesus Christ.
絶対にあの子が怪しいって思ってたのに。
エヴァがあんたに辛く当たったことも全て説明がつくわ。
ねえねえ、何か言ってよ、感想とか。ほんと気持ち悪い子だよね。
ルドルフ一家犯人説ってどう思うかちょっとくらい何か言いなさいよ。感じ悪い。
A void of air swept over me as I crouched down, holding my head. This is so fucking true, isn't it? This whole time, well, since really when Ange was introduced, we've been dealing with the theme of truth. What is truth? And here, we can see truth can change. Well, the masses, the public's truth, at least. And it's unfortunate to say that this is very common, isn't it? Well, humans love mysteries. Humans love murder mysteries. I mean, hell, I can name multiple cold cases off the top of my head. I'm part of the problem, you know. But that's the thing about it. With the release of new information about anything, really, we change our view on something. Be it an actual murder case, drama on the internet, anything, really. Information on a tragedy, disaster, whatever. Perception changes as quickly as it stays the same. Once something new releases or is revealed, the public opinion changes. Or, like how it was described here, people simply got bored of an old theory and decided to come up with a new one. Of the Rudolph family culprit theory. Because they'd gone bored of the Ava theory, and new information was released, and at that time, well, they seemed the most suspicious. I think I've heard stories of like actual victims of tragedies getting harassed like this as well, and I couldn't even imagine the trauma that comes with it of either your family going through something or something along those lines, and all eyes on you because something macabre, it's something out of the ordinary. Thus, all public perception goes towards you, and well, whatever releases, that determines your fate in the public's eye. Will it be good? Will it be bad? You don't know. Even if you were, like a part of it, you don't know how the public will look at it. How the masses will understand it. They could understand it, or they could misconstrue it. You can't control that. Nobody can control that at all. Not a single person can control it. Whatever the public's view on you is, it's almost always set in stone. Like the fact that the Ushiro family is rich. And because they're rich, well, we can say anything about them because they're rich. It's like Parasite in that sense, Parasite's a fantastic movie, and it kind of goes into that whole dichotomy between like poor and rich people. And I remember, watching for that movie, and obviously you're, for the first half, like, kind of, you want to root for the poor family, moving into this rich family because, well, it's just one of those things that's ingrained into our minds of to kind of resent those in power, to resent those with greater standing than us. Therefore, well, we take advantage of that. We say whatever the hell we want towards them. Now, is it justified? Who knows? It's, I'm not a fucking like ethics, professor. But it's, it really is something of like empathy, because even though they're rich, they can still be human in some cases, anyways. Well, always depends, obviously, case by case. But it really is fucked up. Honestly, you can replace rich person with any other type person, celebrity, influencer, maybe content creator, whatever. Once something comes out about them, well, that's it. You're done, bucko. You're fucking done. Is it true? Is it false? Yeah, who cares? It's something interesting, you know? It's, oh, new piece of drama. Another fucking thing we could put on our arc. Something interesting in our boring day-to-day lives. Something that we can point and laugh at, you know? Something we can twist our minds about actual people. God. Now I'm just thinking about today's state, especially on the internet these days. Oh, I could go into a whole discussion about that and how this definitely is the case today with, you know, public opinion changing on a goddamn dime. It's a very interesting thing to think about, and there really can't be a solution to it because, well, it's just how we are. It's what we do as people. Let's continue on. In a flash, the illusion of female students with goat heads that surrounded me shattered. I was curled up in a puddle in the rainy rose garden, surrounded by goats. But then those goats were also sliced in half, and the upper half slid to the side. It was like seeing a master swordsman slicing through a stick of bamboo.
こっち
The voice came from that black cat. The black cat with the bell that had guided me here. What? Incredible that I can talk. But that doesn't matter now. I dashed after it. The goats shrank back. A hole opened up in this encirclement. The black cat dashed through it. As I hurried through it, the goats began to chase after me. Countless heavy footsteps thundered behind us.
どこまで逃げるの黒猫さん
The cat ignored my stupid question. Where are we running to? It's obvious, as far as away as we can make it. However, there was an unbelievable number of goats. It wasn't just the group chasing us. There were probably goats hiding throughout the rose garden, and everywhere we went, a group of them would appear and block our path. Each time we bumped into them, we ran down a different path in this maze of a rose garden. So I didn't even know which direction we were running anymore. It couldn't be. We aren't running around in circles inside of a massive cloud of goats, are we? When we ran into the arbor once more, I learned that my fears were justified. The 4 paths I read from the arbor were all blocked by a crowd of goats. Of course, the path we had come down was also blocked by our pursuers. There was nowhere to go and nowhere to return to. We were finally trapped.
黒猫さんどうしよう囲まれた
The black cat glared at the goats that surrounded us, standing on guard. It's all over for us. At that moment, I found myself floating in the air. A massive arm, large enough to crush my entire head, had grabbed my collar from behind. Whoa, shit. Before I could even think to cry out, I saw right in front of my face a pair of strangely glowing red eyes and a massive mouth with jagged teeth and a foul breath. The mouth opened wide, and as though it was a separate creature, a bizarre tongue stuck itself out. Then it spat words at me. Jesus. Jesus. gaping, smelling mouth slowly began to close over Angie's head.
反論。ルドルフ一家犯人説以外でもロジックの構築は可能です。
Oh, motherfucker. A blue flash sliced off the top of the mouth that was trying to eat Angie's head, sending it flying. Is that... I fell into a puddle along with the goat that was still grasping my collar, though there was nothing left of it above its chin. Without any hesitation, the goat stretched out their thick arms as though they had been given a second chance to snatch their prey for themselves. They rushed towards me. All of them spoke in unison. Oh shit.
「ルドルフ一家犯人説以外でもロジックの構築は可能です。例えばジョージ一家犯人説でも可能です。
The red flash and a blue line became blades of wind that passed over my head, doubtfully slicing the arms of a goat that tried to pick me up. I think the next goat dashed, not towards me, but towards the black cat that was protecting me from behind. As I sat on my butt staring up towards the rainy night sky, the massive goats were in the air right above me, fighting the black cat or someone.
Hmm. 可能です。犯人は殺人者のことと定義されています。そして殺人は登場人物に対して行われたものにしか限定しないとは言っていません。すなわちジョージが当該ですでに本件以外の殺人を犯していたならば、この島で誰も殺さなかったとしても犯人であり嘘をつくことが可能というわけです。
The deep red curves bit into the goat. Its massive body was knocked into the air. It became about 7 logs of flesh. It was thrown into the rose bushes. This time, the terrible force of the attack shocked the goats. They faltered, shook, and stepped back. Finally, I understood. That red slice that had come from a weapon that could draw red slashes. No. It also drew blue slashes just a second ago. It was a massive scythe that could speak both types of truth, red and blue at will. I looked up at the sky, then let my head hang down backwards. There was no black cat there. It was a girl holding a large scythe.
いかがです？フルドエリカにはこの程度の推理が可能です。
You beautiful bitch. When the crowd of goats recognized the girl who called herself Erica, a stir passed through it. It was clear that this person had enough of a reputation to make them tremble. Erica lifted me up, flew into the air, and landed on top of the arbor. Then she let go of me and, still wielding her scythe, made an elegant courtesy to the crowd of goats surrounding us.
初対面の方々がほとんどでしょう。自己紹介です。はじめまして、こんにちは。探偵フルドエリカと申します。ルドルフ一家犯人説しか思いつかない石ころ頭どもはどうぞお引き取りを。あるいは私を論破できるおつもりでいる皆さんはどうか歓迎を。 無論私も歓迎して差し上げます。
The goats all howled at once. It seemed to be a cry of shock, of fear, possibly of awe. The goats surrounded the arbor, chattering but not moving any closer. None of them had the courage to stand against this detective, this witch of truth called Furudo Erica.
やれやれ、幾万と集まってこのざまですか。どなたもこのフルドエリカと論戦を楽しもうという勇気がないのですか。ならば残念、お開きにさせていただきましょう。さりとてこのフルドエリカ、石頭の間抜け諸君を一人一人論破していくほど時間が余ってもおりません。後片付けは彼女にお願いすることとしましょう。お願いします。
Oh shit. Oh my god. When Erica cried out, red cracks opened to the dark night sky. It looked like the spiderweb-shaped fissures that appeared when a glass window has been struck hard. Or was it more like a blood-red spiderweb? This is fucking great. A laugh rang out through the spiderweb-covered world. A witch's laugh. It sounded somehow familiar to Ange. And there, standing on the spiderweb and gazing down on the goats who must have looked like trapped bugs, was the witch.
この私を差し置いて誰が六軒島の王者ですって。私を差し置いてルドルフが犯人。
It was the witch who had hidden inside of Ava, a witch of the future who would one day call herself the Endless Witch after the cat box closed over this world.
このエヴァ・ベアトリーチェを差し置いてこの島の殺人劇を誰が語ると。おこがましいと知りなさい。この島のすべての生き死には私の手のひら。すべての財産も黄金もすべて私のもの。そして猫箱に閉ざされたこの1986年10月4日も5日もすべて私のもの。このエヴァ・ベアトリーチェのもの。
Ava swung her one-winged staff at the crowd of foolish goats beneath her, proclaiming their deaths. The ceiling of spiderwebs that covered the heavens plummeted, and more spiderwebs seeped out of the ground as the goats' feet. Then the webs from above and below met, and thousands upon thousands of goats were caught in their grasp. Then, as Ava swung her staff, it swirled round and round like egg yolk being mixed in a bowl. Eventually, it was all packed into a massive blood-red goo. The moans of goats drifted out from inside. That entire crowd had been compressed into a meatball a few meters across.
私が犯人であることを疑うおバカさんたち。
あなたたちはエヴァ犯人説で思考停止がお似合いです。
潰れて消えちゃえば。
That was fucking great. Butchin. That... You know what that reminded me of? This Umineko truly is a shonen fucking murder mystery. With the damn the villains of previous arcs showing up in the final arc. But I love it. I fucking love it, damn it. God, this is my favorite story ever. Not because it's so complex and has so many meanings to it and the characters are so expertly written, but also just straight up fucking hype moments. You know, it has shonen moments, literally. And I fucking love that shit. For God's sake, I watch wrestling. So, you know, I'm fucking... God damn it, this really is the combination of all my fucking... Just the best things I love about stories. Son of a bitch. How the fuck can this story exist? Buchin. No other word could do that sound justice. After sucking in all of those goats, the spiderweb ball vanished into thin air with a squelch. After that, there wasn't even a trace left. The dark rose garden lay there, without any sound but that of the falling rain. Ava drifted down from the sky.
おばさんはいつだってエンジェちゃんの味方よ。あなたの家族の悪口を言う人なんか許さないんだから。
Aw.
エヴァおばさん。
I knew I should be grateful. Yet, it wasn't really easy for me to believe that Aunt Ava was my ally. Ava realized that too.
いいの。感謝されたくてしてるんじゃない。でも、私はいつだってあなたの味方よ。じゃあね。
This is what Ava Beatrice really is. Ava Beatrice is the public's perception of Ava. That and Angie's perception as well. I mean, well, let's be honest. The reason why Angie hated her aunt wasn't probably just because of her own internal thing. It was probably molded by the public as well and the information she learned about Ava. Ava Beatrice is also the hatred George has towards his mother. That he will always be, that she will always be controlling him. Ava Beatrice is the culmination of the fears, suspicions of both the public, of Angie, and of George, to form a witch. And hell, there's also a bit of Ava within her as well, when she was younger, of trying to become the head of the Ushiramira family, of aspirations of becoming something more than just a simple housewife. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Ava Beatrice is. Culmination of all of that. So fascinating. She giggled, spun around, and vanished. Now that she had already left, I started to regret not saying even a thank you. So I figured I should at least thank the other person that saved me.
助けてくれてありがとう。あなたはどなたですか？
I already knew her name. What I was really asking was why she had saved me.
私は探偵フルドエリカ、そして同時に魔女でもあります。
魔女？
真実の魔女、一なる真実を追求するものです。そしてそれはあなたのことでもありますね。
Those 2 days, October 4th and 5th, 1986, I'd been so desperate to know what happened that I took a step off the roof of this skyscraper, drifted through several witch games and fragment worlds, and abandoned myself to this long journey with no rewards. All I want is to know what happened that day. All I want is a single truth for that day.
それを求めるのが真実の魔女です。だからあなたは私と同じなんです。だから助けに来ました。
私は知りたいの。一体あの日に何があったの？誰も教えてくれない。誰にもわからない。でも確かにあの日に何かがあったの。私はそれを知るためなら何だって投げ出せる。それだけが私が命を捨てても知りたい唯一のことなの。だから教えて。あなたは知っているの？一体この島で何があったの？
真実の魔女にとって真実は与えられるものですか？私がこれが真実だとあなたに押し付けたなら、あなたはそれを鵜呑みにする気ですか？
それは違う。
バトラさんはあなたに今日何を見せてくれましたか？
Today, Oni-chan showed me a bizarre Halloween party. It may have been heartwarming and a lot of fun, but it definitely wasn't the truth.
バトラさんはそれを真実だと言ってあなたに見せてくれたのではないのですか？
違う。あんなの真実じゃない。
時に他人は真実だと称して私たちを惑わします。しかし真実の魔女はそれに惑わされることなく一なる真実を追求しなければならないのです。だからあなたはバトラさんの押し付ける偽りの真実などに納得できない。本当の一なる真実を求めてやまないのです。
Oni-chan is trying to confuse me. I felt that this whole time. Even though he knows everything about what happened that day, he won't tell me anything at all. How is he any different from Aunt Ava, who mocked me and refused to tell me anything even until the very moment of her death? Why won't Oni-chan tell me?
どうして教えてくれないの？
The dam inside my heart burst.
どうしてお兄ちゃんは私に本当のことを教えてくれないの？どうして私だけ知らない。私だけ誰も教えてくれない。教えてよ。あの日に何があったのか教えてよ、お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん。
I cried out at the rainy night sky. Hot tears poured from my eyes, but they were covered by the cold rain that beat against me, so no one other than me would know that they were tears. No one would know my pain and sadness. I'm always the only one alone. All alone.
教えてよ、誰か。あの日に何があったのか私に教えて。
誰にも教えられません。真実は自分で手にしなければならないからです。
真実はどこにあるの？どうやったら至れるの？みんなが隠す。教えてくれない。私の手で自ら至るから。お願いだから真実がどこに隠されているのかだけでも教えて。
いいわ。教えてあげてもいい。
Oh. As that voice rang out, the world bent and swirled. After blinking several times, I realized that the world had become a sea of stars. No, that's not quite right. There are stars up there in the sky, but those whites below me aren't stars. Their whites from building windows, street whites, car whites. I was floating in the dark sky over a city lined with skyscrapers.
あなたに真実を教えることはできない。でもどうやったら真実に至ることができるのか、その道を指し示してあげることはできるわ。あんたは
Various bad memories are jumping out at me from the back of my mind. That's right. I was chained in a place in that strange theater and forced to watch a repulsive fragment where Mom and Dad committed murder.
あれを真実だとは言ってないわ。
でもあんたはあれが真実だと赤で。
あんたが大声で遮ったから続きが書き消えただけよ。これは全て真実とは限らないと続けようとしたのよ。
Necessarily so.
あんたはどこまで私をもてあそぶ気なのよ。
What the hell happened then?
それは謝るわ。でも試したかったの。
何をよ。
あなたがどのようなものであれ真実を受け止める覚悟があるのかどうかを。真実は時として期待を裏切るの。あるいは最も望まない形を取ることもある。あなたに見せたあのかけらはおそらくあなたにとっては想像しうる限りの一番最悪なかけらでしょうね。でもそれに耐えてでも真実を求める力と勇気がなければあなたには真実に近づく資格はないの。
I have no comeback. Running the truth is my goal. I just want to know what happened on that island on that day. I don't like to think. I only want to hear what I want to hear. Am I really prepared to face the bloody, unbearable truth that probably awaits me? If I find the truth, it will mean having to look straight at my family's tragic final moments and accepting them as they are. And if I do accept that, it means abandoning my faint hope for a convenient miracle. The idea that one of them might have survived somehow and might return even though 12 years have passed. I know a miracle like that would be completely ridiculous. But if I'm honest with myself, I have to admit that I've been comforted by that faint hope these past 12 years. I want to know the truth, but I want one of them to come back. Those two wishes contradict each other. By learning the truth, I'll be forced to accept that no one's coming home.
真実はいつだって残酷よ。時にそれは自分の希望を刈り取りさえする。多くの場合、人間は真実を得ることに対する対価に気づいていない。私はあなたにその覚悟があるのかどうか問いかけただけ。
I must choose between my two contradicting wishes. Will I find the truth and abandon my optimistic hopes for my family's return? Or will I give up on the truth and keep waiting for the family that will never really return for all eternity? Will I freeze up and let myself be fooled by the childish illusion my brother made for me?
聞かせて、エンジェ。あなたに真実を知ろうとする覚悟は本当にあるの？
あるわ。
その決意は揺るがない？
揺るがないわ。
After hearing my immediate reply, Bernkastel stared at me. Are those expressionless eyes of hers measuring my resolve? Now that my brother is covering up the truth even after becoming Game Master, the only thing I can rely on in my search for the truth is the path that Bernkastel can show me.
あなたの瞳の奥に 真実を追い求める者の輝きを見たわ。
教えてくれるの？私に真実に至る道を。
ええ、あなたを導いてあげる。忘れたのエンジェ。だって私はあなたの後見人でしょ。
How long has it been since I last heard Bernkastel use that word? Yes, I haven't heard it since the very beginning, when I met her in this future world, became a witch, with her as my guardian. That's when I became the Beatrice of 1998, the one who could defeat the Beatrice of 1986.
あなたは1998年のベアトリーチェ、エンジェ・ベアトリーチェ。私が後見人となってあなたを魔女と認めた。でもあなたはベアトと同じ無限の魔女ではないわ。
真実の魔女。
そう、エリカと同じ。あなたは一なる真実を求め、いかなるまやかしにも騙されることはない真実の魔女なのよ。
真実の魔女。エンジェ・ベアトリーチェには一なる真実にたどり着く力があるのね。
To get to the truth, which is very limited. It's not endless at all. It's the exact opposite.
あるわ。でもあなたにはその力をこれまで使うことはできなかった。どうしてかわかる？
今ならわかるわ。私は真実を求めながら、その一方で真実を知ることを無意識に拒んでいた。
そう、あなたは真実を求めながらも同時に真実を知ることで家族が帰ってくるかもしれないという奇跡が失われることを無意識に恐れた。
In a meta sense, once we find out the truth, that's the end of the game, isn't it? That's how every mystery ends, is when you find out the truth of it. Everything goes kaput. All those endless possibilities turn to dust. Once you find out that truth, and there's no way you can unlearn it. There's no way you can unlearn a truth about a mystery. Once you do it, that's it. There's no coming back from it.
だから一なる真実に手を伸ばす資格がなかった。
言われるままだわ。私には甘えがあったことを認めなくちゃならない。
I must admit it. My entire family is dead. Now they've acknowledged that. I must expose why they died and who was behind it.
ありがとう。
What if it was just an accident? Or maybe... I don't know.
あの薄暗い劇場で見せられたかけらは、そんな私の目を覚ましてくれるものだったのね。
あなたが本当の意味で真実の魔女となってくれるのを待つために随分と多くのゲームを重ねることになったわね。でもその全てに意味があったと思う。この最後の最後のゲームであなたは真実の魔女に至れたのだから。
教えて、あの日あの島で何があったの？それを直接教えろなんて言わないわ。だから指し示して。私は何をすれば真実に至ることができるの？
ここは少し涼しすぎるわ。場所を移しましょ
う。どこへ？
マシな紅茶が飲める場所へよ。
Massive applause filled the hall. There was an applause in honor of a good fight. An applause in honor of Bernkastel.
そしてベルンカステル卿のゲームもまた素晴らしいものであったぞ。
みんなにも彼女のゲーム版を公開するので、ぜひ挑戦してみてほしい。かなりの力作だぜ。
結局は解かれてしまったけれどね。
誰にも解けないゲームなんてゲームじゃないわ。肝心なのは面白かったかどうかよ。
Yeah.
面白かったぞ。そこはわらわも保証する。
俺もだ。最初はこんなの解けるわけがないって思ったが、一つずつ有効になる紫発言を使い容疑者を絞っていくあたりはパズル的な面白さがあったぜ。
さあみんな集まれ集まれ。
ベルンカステル卿の推理ゲームってどんなのかしら。
それはやってみてのお楽しみ。
Objects resembling chessboards were set out on several tables. Crowds gathered around each, looking down with interest.
ほうほう、これは論理パズルのようだね。
なかなかの正統派ではありませんか。
これが魔女のゲームってものなんだね。
はあ、こうやって見るとただのゲームなんだよな。でもこれコマにとってはとんでもない大事件なんだぜ。
それもそうですな。
せっかくのベルンカステル卿の手土産です。楽しませていただきましょう。
しかしこれは難解ですね。本当に解けるようにできているのかどうかさえ怪しくないですか。
解けるようにできていることをまず信じろ。問題は解けるように出されていると出題者を信頼して初めて思考の戦いは始まる。
その点は俺たちも保証するぜ。さあさあ、ぜひ挑戦してみてくれ。
With Bador's encouragement, discussions over Bernkastel's mystery game began at each table. The mix of humans and illusions and heated debate was truly a sight to behold. Vito and Bernkastel sat in a chair far off from the discussions.
お茶にご希望はございますか。
わらわには何か落ち着く紅茶が良い。それをミルクティーにしてくれぬか。
かしこまりました。ベルンカステル卿は何かご希望はございますか。
紅茶に梅干しを沈めてちょうだい。まずい紅茶を飲みやすくするコツよ。
そうへそを曲げるなというのだ。そなたのゲームは実に面白かったと称えているというのに。
Vito, who had emerged victorious in the game Bernkastel had put all of her heart into, was in extremely high spirits.
別にへそを曲げてなんかいないわよ。私はもともとこういう顔よ。
そんな表情の中にベルンなりの温かみを見出せた時にね、私は真っ暗闇の雪山の頂上で美しい星を見つけたような気持ちになるのよ。
悪かったわね。顔がいつも万年雪で。
やれやれ。ベルンカステル卿を称えることは難しい。なんと褒めても嫌味と受け取られてしまうぞ。
大丈夫よ。後でしみじみと噛みしめるタイプだから。
ほうほう、ベッドの中で枕を抱きながら噛みしめるタイプか。
そうそう、そんな感じそんな感じ。
Vito and Delta giggled together. Bernkastel shrugged and walked away.
でもよ、よくひねった面白いゲームだったぜ。
そうありがとう。
解けないようにも作れるのに お前はちゃんと解けるように作ったもんな。それはゲームを楽しもうというフェア精神がなけりゃできないことだ。
私は絶対に勝てるゲームが好きよ。勝てないかもしれないゲームなんてめんどくさい。
今度は講師を逆にしてゲームをしたいな。俺が出題して、それにあんたが挑戦する。あんたが俺に勝つゲームだ。もちろんこれまでのベアトとの戦いで培ったノウハウの全てをつぎ込んだ超難解なゲームにするぜ。俺が2連勝しちまうくらいのつもりのな。
あんたもベアトも、あんたたちってつくづく面白い考え方ね。
何が？
ゲームは勝敗を決するための手段でしょ。そしてそれを仕掛けるからには至上目的は自分の勝利のはず。
Is it?
なのに自分が負けるかもしれないゲームをどうしてわざわざ仕掛けるの？
絶対に勝てるゲームなんてつまらないだろ。そんなのゲームじゃない。勝つか負けるか、そのフェアなやり取りが面白いんじゃないか。ゲームってのは戦いじゃない、コミュニケーションなんだ。その過程を楽しむ。
Communication.
勝敗という結果はまあおまけみたいなもんさ。
It isn't a fight, it's communication.
やっとベアトたちと私の考えの何が違うのかはっきりと理解できたわ。
違いって？
あんたたちにはコミュニケーション、私にはそうでないということよ。
お前ずいぶん殺伐とした世界に生きてるんだな。
あんただってベアトのゲームを理解するまではそうだったはずよ。永遠のゲームは永遠の拷問。その苦しみをあんたはもうきれいさっぱり忘れてしまったというのよ。
確かにそう思った日もあった。しかしもう決着はついた。そうなれば過去のことはぐちぐち言わない。ノーサイドってやつだ。
そこに私とあんたの致命的な違いがある気がするわ。あんたにとっての永遠の拷問は笑って水に流せる程度のものだった。私にとってのそれはそんな生優しいものではなかった。
This is true. This is very true.
そういうことだわ。
Wasn't so trivial.
あんたの生い立ちは知らねえが苦労があったみたいだな。
なりごまごときのあんたに同情されるとは私も焼きが回ったもんね。
Bernkastel, sipping black tea that Ange had bought her, gazed up at the ceiling with a faraway look. Bedouin may not have known her history, but even he was able to understand a bit of how she felt.
今のあんたは誰かの拷問に苛まれているのか？
まさか私は自由人よ。誰の束縛も受けない。
ならよかったじゃねえか。少なくとも昔とは違う。
そうね、昔に比べたらだいぶマシだわ。退屈から逃げおおせるための長い長い終わりのない旅だけれど。
ならこの出会いは少なくともお前にとってはいいもののはずだ。
Escape from boredom.
そうね、 敗北の味も多少は退屈から私を遠ざけてくれるわ。
No, no. Bioware shook his head and laughed.
俺たちはフェアなゲームを戦って楽しんだ友人同士だぜ。
だから
もしお前の日々が退屈から逃げ回るためだけのものだというなら、たまには俺たちのところに寄るといい。俺たちは友人を歓迎する。そして友人を退屈から逃すためにいろいろなもてなしやねぎらいをするだろう。
この大ベルンカステルを一夜とて退屈から逃すもてなしをあんたらができると。
ああ、それが友人ってもんだ。今夜のゲームでは俺たちが勝った。だから次に来るときは攻守を逆にしよう。今度は俺たちのゲームであんたをもてなす。もちろんあっさりと勝ちを譲るつもりはないぜ。とことんひねった極悪な推理ゲームで挑戦してやるぜ。一夜で解かせるつもりなんかねえ。それこそ数ヶ月は頭をひねって滞在する羽目になるくらいのを用意してやるぜ。
この大ベルンカステルを友人としてもてなすと。
ああ、そうだ。
あんたたちに付き合ってるとせっかくの梅干し紅茶もなんだかベタベタに甘くなってくるわ。やってらんない。
ベアトに聞いたぜ。梅干し紅茶とやらが好物なんだってな。金箔まぶした最高級梅干しを紅茶に放り込んでやるから、それを楽しみにしてまた来いってんだ。
もし本気でそう思ってるならもう少しはマシな紅茶を用意することが。こんなまずい紅茶じゃ二度と来てやろうという気にはならないわ。
やれやれ。普段はよっぽどお上品な紅茶を飲んでやがるらしいぜ。むしろ今度その紅茶が飲めるところに招待しやがれ。
あんたは私が
フェアだろ。俺たちももてなす。だからお前も俺たちをもてなせ。
そうね、フェアだわ。
だからゲームもフェアに行こう。攻守を交代してまたゲームをしようぜ。その機会を楽しみにしている。今回は俺たちの勝ちだったが次は分からねえさ。
そこまでおごれれば大したものだわ。でもね、あんたは一つ勘違いをしているわ。
何をだよ。
私のゲームはまだ終わっちゃいないわ。最後に勝つのはどちらかしらね。
After taking one more sip of her black tea, Bernkastel set her cup on the table, wearing a thin smile.
ここの紅茶は甘すぎて飲めたもんじゃないわ。源氏、ありがとう。下げてちょうだい。
かしこまりました。
Bernkastel asked for her tea to be taken away after taking only 2 sips. Bioware smiled, realizing that this was Burn's way of being shy. God. That's such a interesting way. Bioware sees games as a way of communication. And you can interpret games as stories themselves. Stories are there to communicate with each other, to theorize over, to rack our minds over. Some may see it as a fight between the author and the reader. Some may see it as a fight between 2 readers, maybe. 2 different interpretations. You can take the game metaphor and turn it into a million things, really. But there is truth in that. Game is communication. Because of games, we learn so much. Well, able to discuss unique topics, just like any other story. Unique conversational topics. I mean, that's why I do Let's Plays. It's because of the things video games make me think about and engage with, both emotionally and intellectually. It's a way of communication. That's the damn truth, for me at least. Bador, why are you smiling with such a foolish, optimistic face? If you really think this final game will be nothing but a happy epilogue, then I'll have to invite you all to a proper game for bringing this tale to a close. Bador, you forget too easily. Don't you remember in whose hands lie the key to this final game? Ange. The inside of my nose itched. I've never regained consciousness to a smell before. Slowly, I opened my eyes. Wait, when did I lose consciousness in the first place? I don't remember going to sleep falling unconscious. That's right. Bernkastel invited me to come to a place better for drinking tea. Then that's when my memory gets hazy. And since the smell of black tea is what woke me up.
ここはアンアウローラの書斎よ。紅茶の趣味がいいことだけはたとえあいつであっても認めざるを得ないところだよ。
I was sitting on what appeared to be a sofa in a dimly lit study. Bernkastel sat across from me, and right before my eyes was a beautiful cup filled with hot steaming tea.
ここは確か
I remembered I'd been here before, wasn't it?
久しぶりだな、人の子よ。
Yes, that voice. Just hearing it brings back memories.
久しぶりじゃない、我が主。そなたを再び我が書斎に招けるとは思わなかったぞ。まさかそなたたちのゲームにまだ続きがあろうとはな。続きなんて甘いものじゃない。これが本当の最後のピリオドのゲームよ。
This was the study of feathering Augustus Aura. Aura. Check the characters list real quick. Jesus. Majestic witch of theater going, drama, and spectating. Past, she served as the master for many. Without this. The majestic witch of theater going, drama, and spectating. Once in the past, I was summoned by her in order to be her reader, her Miko.
まさか私をまた朗読役に？そなたを呼んだのは私ではない。我が巫女がそなたと私を引き合わせたのだ。何のために？決まってるじゃない。
Learn the truth.
あんたに真実に至るための道しるべを示すためよ。フェザリーヌが私に示してくれるの？私は感激の魔女だ。舞台の上の役者に干渉することはあまり好まぬのだがな。バトラの退屈な芝居を感激するのと、私の手による運命の分岐を司る
刺激的な芝居を感激するのとどっちを好むのかしら。退屈に1分1秒だって耐えられないくせに。
As Featherwing walked to her rocking chair, she looked up to the ceiling and chuckled. She cruelly holds some key to the truth I seek.
鍵を握っているのは文字通りそなたではないか。私にできるのはその鍵で開けることのできる鍵穴を教えることだけだ。人の子よ。
I don't remember saying anything out loud, but Featherwing answered my question as though I had. Come to think of it, that's right. Featherwing can read the thoughts of a mere child of man like me as easily as she can hear me speak. Well, I guess that'll help us get to the point quicker.
この鍵はお兄ちゃんがくれた。でも使うべき時に使い方がわかるみたいなことを言って、何に使えばいいのかは教えてくれなかったわ。あんたたちは知ってるの？この鍵は何？お兄ちゃんはとても大切なものだと言っていた。我が巫女よ、説明せよ。いやよ、あんたが説明しなさい。主に説明をさせようというのか？たまにはその程度の舞台参加もしなさいよ。ボケ防止にいいわよ。やれやれ。エンジェの朗読の時に久々の舞台を堪能したので、もう数百年は十分だと思っていたのだがな。教えて、この鍵は何なの？そなたの決断を具現化したものだ。この物語は、ゲームはそなたにある決断を求めることで終わりを迎える。その決断するという行為を鍵の形に具現化したものがそなたのそれだ。
Jeez.
私の決断を具現化したのだ。
Physical manifestation of
そういうこと。最終的にあんたはおそらくバトラからその鍵で開けられる2枚の扉の前に立たされ、どちらの扉を開くか選択を迫られるでしょうね。それくらいは聞かされてる？何も教えてくれない。叱るべき時が来ればみたいなことしか言わないの。お兄ちゃんも誰も何も教えてくれない。バトラはそなたの自由意志による選択を尊重したいのであろうな。でもエンジェ、もううすうすは気づき始めてるんじゃない？何を？バトラはあんたに選ばせたい答えがあるんじゃない？
Those words made my heart jump in my chest. It was what I had been thinking. Only China's clearly trying to trick me with a vague tale, almost like a daydream. That would take me even farther away from the truth. Is that true, though? At the 1986 family conference, everyone had a wonderful time as they faded away. Everyone is smiling down on you from heaven, so you don't need to feel alone even in 1998. So give it all your all and live on by yourself. I could always sense only Chen's desire to end it like that. Every time I ask him about it, he dodges the issue and says something about how the decision will be mine in the end.
その通りよ。バトラは一見あなたに公平な選択肢を与えるように見えて、実際はあなたにはっきりとある一方の選択肢を選ばせようと画策している。
Well, is he?
そのための茶番のような物語をあなたはすでに延々と見せられているでしょう。
That bizarre Halloween party, with everyone acting so strange and friendly, that was almost sickening. I've already seen more than enough of that tale, so sickly sweet it makes me want to vomit. Ursula Mira Kinzo showered me with affection, where his children swore to support each other, where everyone was filled with happiness and hope.
仲良し小良しで煙に巻いて私を真実から遠ざけようとしている。
Is it? Or is it to prepare you, maybe?
お兄ちゃんは卑怯だわ。
確かにそなたから見れば卑怯とも呼べよう。しかし思い出すがよい。そなたはこのゲームのプレイヤーであり、バトラがゲームマスターだというなら、それは何を意味するというのか。
かつてバトラはプレイヤーで、ベアとはゲームマスターだったわ。そして二人はそれぞれの真実のために戦ったわ。そして今度は私がプレイヤーで、ゲームマスターはお兄ちゃんだわ。
Could it be that I've misunderstood everything from the very beginning? Oni-chan said he'd tell me what happened on that day, so I assumed that following him meant I'd learned everything. Isn't that the same as, say, Oni-chan accepting everything Bito said about the crimes being the work of a witch? What a stupid mistake I've been making.
このゲームは私とお兄ちゃんの戦いのゲームだったの？
それを理解せずにゲームに臨んでいたとは驚きだ。
バトラは狡猾だわ。それをあんたに理解させずに最後のゲームをさっさと始めてしまった。まあかつてのベアとのゲームもそうだったわ。バトラはわけもわからないうちに彼女のゲームに巻き込まれていた。戦い方さえわからずにね。だから私が教えたわ。今度も同じよ。わけのわからないうちにゲームを始められてしまったあんたに私は教えに来たのよ。あんたは誰と何を戦うゲームをしているのかをね。
Fighting against. I was too shocked to speak. And finally, I realized what I needed to accomplish in this game. I've always been passive. I was sure that Oni-chan would tell me everything, so I naively thought I just had to believe whatever he said.
違ったのよ。そうじゃない。
This is a battle between me, the one who wants to reach the truth, and Oni-chan who wants to trick me and chase me out into 1988 where I'm all alone. All this time I kept on saying that Oni-chan was foolish and naive, and now I see that I was no more naive than anyone else. Yet Bernkastel didn't sneer at me. On the contrary, she looked at me with a cold gaze, as if to say, "So you finally taken your first step?"
理解できた？自分とその鍵の意味。
Don't fucking believe her, Angie. Don't listen to her. I gripped the key Oni-chan had hung around my neck. For a while I shook with an emotion that even I couldn't understand. Now that I know Oni-chan tricked me, it would be easy to hate him. But hating him would be missing the point. After all, this is a game between me and him. Oni-chan has done nothing but make the optimal moves for winning against me. If games aren't a playful way to communicate, if they're the process that decides who wins and who loses, then there can be no fair games. The best strategy is always to trick your enemy into defeat without telling them the rules before they even know what's going on. In that sense, Oni-chan hasn't done anything wrong. He's using that strictly sweet illusion to trick me and force me out into a lonely future. They'll be the only ones having a good time in the cat box. I'll be the only one chased out.
ありがとう。感謝するわ。ようやく本当の意味で目が覚めた気がするわ。
バトラーを憎まないであげて。ゲームマスターとは本来相手を一方的に騙すものなのだから。
Bullshit.
分かってるわよ。お兄ちゃんはお兄ちゃんの立場で最善を尽くした。ただそれだけということよ。なら私も私の立場で最善を尽くさなきゃ。
My goal is now clear. October 4th and 5th, 1986. What happened to Monkojima on those days? I need to tear off the veil covering the truth. Nothing more, nothing less.
お兄ちゃんは私にこの鍵をお兄ちゃんが望む鍵穴に入れさせたいのでしょうね。そのために私に延々と甘ったるい幻想を見せつけた。でももうごまかされないわ。私は私の望む扉を自ら選んで開く。
Will you, Angie? Or you choose the door that you think you can win?
ぼんやりとバトラの言いなりになっているエンジェよりはこの方が確かに私の好む物語であるね。
じゃあ続きを今度こそあんたに任せるわ。エンジェに教えてあげて。真実に至る鍵穴を教えて。私にその鍵穴を。
Where is it?
いいだろう。まずは腰を下ろすがよい。今持ってこようぞ。
Get it. Oh shit. When Feathering rose from her rocking chair, my vision seemed to twist and bend. What is this, some kind of interference? Why now, when Feathering's about to show me something important? Why is my head getting suddenly... Whoa, shit. I dug my fingernails into my knees, clenching my teeth to keep from losing consciousness. However, the world just kept twisting more and more. Except for the feel of the sofa beneath me, I couldn't sense anything at all.
Ojo.
Oh. Amakusa?
先方がいらっしゃったようですぜ。
The door opened and Hachicho Toya appeared. What's going on? This isn't the world of witches, but the world of humans? I was sitting on a sofa and Amakusa was behind me. There's no need to feel confused. Feathering and Hachicho Toya are the same being. To her, the difference between the two worlds is a trivial thing. To put it in the words of that theater lover, it's like having a slightly different background behind the stage. So there was no reason for me to feel hesitant.
今度は八条先生と呼べば。
名前というもののなんとややこしきことかな。ここに私とあなたがいることに何の変わりもないのに、あなたは私を何と呼べばいいのか迷わねばならない。
そうね。フェザリーヌと呼ぶのもあなたにとっては無粋というわけだわ。役者にとって自分の演ずる役の名前など仮のものでしかない。
Yeah.
そういうことだ、人の子よ。
フェザリーヌ
Hamakusa's eyes went wide as he wondered what I was suddenly talking about. I ignored him and continued.
それであなたは私に何を見せてくれるの？
What the hell are these two talking about? As I spoke, my eyes were caught by that heavy-looking object she held under her arm. At a glance, it looked like an encyclopedia with a fancy binding.
これをご存知ですか？
Oh, son of a bitch, is it the same book that was in the coffin of Beatrice? As Feathering spoke, she set the heavy object on the table. Oh, shit. The first thing it reminded me of was the Grimoire. The heavy book had a mysterious, mystical feel to it, like something Maria Oni-chan might carry around. And the most remarkable feature of it was the large, sturdy lock that held it shut. Why would someone go so far as to keep people from reading a book?
手に取り裏をご覧になるといいでしょう。
裏？
I flipped the heavy book over on my lap, and as soon as I saw it, I gave a small gasp.
エヴァ、後ろ宮エヴァ。
Shumira Eva. Without a doubt, those words were written there in Roman characters. Oh, shit.
これは何？
Your diary or
エ
something?
ヴァおばさんの日記。
ひょっとしてこいつが噂の。
あんた何か知ってるの？
噂程度ですがね。エヴァ会長は秘密の日記を持っていて、それには厳重に錠前をかけていて、
Oh, shit.
出先に行く時も必ず持って行ってたって話は護衛仲間から聞いたことがあります。
秘密の日記。それがどうしてここに？
後宮エヴァが息を引き取った病室にあったものです。
This diary was hidden behind her bed, so it remained in that room for some time after her death before it was found. Then, by coincidence, it was probably found by someone who worked for the hospital or else a patient or their family. Of course, by that time, there was a huge movement dedicated to the Wokenjima mystery. A locked diary found in the hospital room where Ushua Mira Eva spent her last moments would be absolutely priceless. The discoverer probably handed it over in secret to one of the witch hunters who would be able to accurately determine its worth. Luckily, the witch hunters who got their hands on this book were all noble and upright people. Not content to boorishly destroy the lock and reveal the truth, they simply satisfied themselves with the fact that the truth of that day slumbered just on the other side of this mysterious rock. Thanks to that, Ava's diary has remained undamaged to this very day.
後宮家長男クラウスの妻夏妃は日々の不満やうっせきを日記に記すことでそれを封印するというある種のまじないをしていたことがすでに知られています。
同じことをエヴァおばさんもやっていたと。
She would definitely write down what happened.
可能性はありますな。その日記の蝶つがいを外すのはたとえ鍵があったとしてもかなり面倒だ。まるでギチギチのコルセットみたいに封印してやがる。
Amakuso's right. This wasn't a diary made to be casually opened and reminisced over. It's probably safe to assume that she used this diary to forget things by writing them down and stealing them away, just like Ushua Mira Natsui did. Then she brought it with her into her hospital room and hid it behind the bed without telling anyone about it.
まさかこの日記にエヴァおばさんがあの日何があったのかを記しているとでも言うの？
中を読めば全てがわかるでしょう。しかしその錠前を外す鍵の行方がわからないのです。
Yeah, of course. I jumped. Then I looked down at my chest. That's where my brother hung that key.
ない。鍵？
It's not here yet.
どうしたんですお嬢。
In this world.
鍵って？
私がずっと首にかけてたでしょ。
俺は知りませんぜ。鍵なんざぶら下げてましたか？
I understood him most immediately. In the world of humans, I haven't found the key. The me with the key is on the game board in the world of witches.
鍵を持っている私に戻して。
Huh.
この日記を開けるわ。
Feathering lifted a finger, spun it around, and the world twisted again. When I returned to Feathering's study, the key popped back into existence, hanging from my neck. But at the same time, the diary in my lap popped out of existence.
日記はどこに？
Oh.
ゲーム版のどこかに存在するだろう。そなたに与えられる鍵穴の一つである以上、 必ずどこかに存在するはず。
Oh shit.
お兄ちゃんがどこかに隠している。
バトラがあんたとのゲームを気取る以上、それはおそらく完全な意味では隠されていないわ。
どういう意味？
バトラにとって奪われたくないキングであっても、それはゲーム版に置かれていなければゲームとして成立せぬということ。
Yeah, gotta put it somewhere.
つまりあの後宮家のどこかにあったということ？
あるいはすでにそなたには一度目にする機会が与えられているのかもしれぬ。詐欺師が一番最初に見せる契約書に極小の字にてすでに悪辣なる罠が記してあるかのように。
バトラがゲームマスターとしてミステリーの作法とやらにのっとるなら、手がかりは必ず提示され、バトラが負ける選択肢も必ず提示されている。エンジェ、思い出しなさい。あんたはすでにバトラの世界でエヴァの日記を見ているはずよ。
Yeah. Think so. In that instant, from the back of my mind, drifted the very first scene of this final game. In the chapel, a book was lying on the altar, a book with a rock on it. As soon as I showed interest in that book, my brother suddenly grew stern and told me not to touch it.
あれがエヴァおばさんの日記。
そうよ、後宮エヴァの日記。
If one thing once unlocked ends everything.
あの日の真実を記した一なる真実の書。
一なる真実の書。それに本当の真実が記されているの？だってそれはエヴァおばさんの妄言の可能性も。
赤き真実で私が断じよう。後宮エヴァの日記一なる真実の書には1986年
Oh my
10月
god.
4日から5日にかけての六軒島の真実が記されている。
Shit. Oh, damn. Well then, folks. Angie has an objective now. Black Cat's scratch marks. Back at the party. Folks. But yeah, I feel like this is a great stopping point here. I have not spent 15 hours in this. What the fuck? Anyway, that's insane. Anyway, wow. So Angie has her goal, and she's being swayed by goddamn feathering Bernkastel. Damn it! I don't think Battle is not trying to sway Angie. All he's simply doing is showcasing the possibilities. You know, every possibility. Even the one that she doesn't want to face, that she rejects, of a happy world. You know, even that one she, rejects. But it isn't. Battle is here in the final. No, it's not. He doesn't care if he wins or loses. He just wants to talk to his sister. That's it. He's not like Bernkastel. Because Bernkastel has that mindset, she obviously assumes that Battle is just doing this to sway Angie's opinion. Because she has that mindset of winner takes all. But I don't believe a goddamn word of it. Battle is not that type of guy. He just wants his sister to make the choice she wants to make. Not influenced by the outside world. Not influenced by anything. But what she wants. Truly wants. In the end. And who knows what that truth is? God, that truth can be anything. It could be an accident. It could be as simple as that. Or maybe it is a murder. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something I haven't thought of before. God, we're inching closer and closer, aren't we? Till when we open that book, when we see the truth, when I see that truth, the game will truly be over. What a powerful yet just amazing statement. Once you beat a game, once you get to the end, you can never unlearn that game, you know? you just can't. You can't simply erase your mind and go into it completely blind again. You can never recreate that experience. That's the truth for anything, really. Once you do something, you can't unlearn it. God, this game's fucking amazing. It surely is. And it just reminds me again and again and again why I love doing this so much. Well, anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit the like button. Or tell me something, put .com as well. Check out Discord server I got in, or my Twitter, check description below. And yeah, it's been Voidlego. I'll see you guys next time. See ya!